Now, if we wind the clock back to 1859, Darwin had just published his famous book on the origin of species. And in this, he pulled together literally decades worth of evidence to show that animals, plants, all the organisms we see around us evolve over time, changing from one to another to another. And unlike other scientists who came before him, he even proposed a mechanism, natural selection. But scientists still weren't convinced. And like all good science, they presented more questions to Darwin and the people that followed his theory. They said, okay, well, if we had one set of organisms that we only see in the fossil record and another set of organisms that we see around us today, surely somewhere we'll see some organisms that are halfway between the two, with some characteristics from the past and some characteristics from the present. Well, the good news for them was they didn't have to wait very long. In 1861 in Bavaria, in a place called Solnhofen, someone cracked open a rock and found archaeopteryx. And it was a sensation. It's an incredibly valuable fossil that was snapped up by the Natural History Museum in London, where you can still see it today. Now, this isn't that archaeopteryx. This is a copy of one found a little bit later and now stored in the museum in Berlin. But you can see why scientists were so excited. Here was a fossil that had the characteristics of a dinosaur: clawed feet, a long tail, teeth in the jaw, alongside the characteristics of a bird, the wishbone, and most importantly, the feathers. Now, this wasn't the end of the debate. For the next 100 years and more, people debated when birds first evolved. When did they split off from dinosaurs? And if so, which dinosaurs did they split off from? Now, after lots of years and lots of scientific questions being asked, we know now there's a consensus, with most scientists agreeing that modern birds are dinosaurs, and that they evolved out of what are called the theropods, that group with famous dinosaurs like Deinonychus and T-Rex, whose fossils, found over the past decade or more, have increasingly shown signs of having had feathers on them. So, next time you look in the garden and see a robin hopping about, or perhaps reach into a bucket of fried chicken, just remember that what you're seeing, or what you're eating, is a dinosaur. And the reason we know the relationship between today's birds and the dinosaurs of the past, because of a fossil that was found in Bavaria over 150 years ago.